Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Awaken the World. My name is Garen, for those who don't know me. And today we're going to revert's probably not the right word, but we'll use it anyways, revert back to the course. And the reason for this course is quite simple. I have had a lifetime of seeking, searching, studying, and I am blessed with an eidetic memory and the ability to read on average about 8,500 words a minute. So I've absorbed literally thousands of volumes of texts on all sorts of subjects, actually, anything that's interested me. But of course, over the last decades, it's everything to do with spirituality, everything to do with awakening, everything to do with the essence of what we truly are. And I've taken all of that and I've boiled it down to 4 really simple pages. And these 4 pages are designed to solve everything, everything. And the reason it's so is there's nothing to solve outside of yourself. The puzzle, and it is not a block, and it's not an issue. The puzzle is how to do it. And it's actually fairly simple. You'll begin to feel the effects and the results if you dedicate this for just 30 days. 30 days of making this your primary focus. Make this the necessity, and then carry on with the rest of your necessities. There was a gentleman at a meeting one day, and he had a large glass jar, and he was talking about how you find time for things in your life, and the big balls that you put in the jar first are the things that must be done. Make this the biggest ball. There'll be still lots of room for lots of other smaller balls and lots of little things to do. But make this the big ball for you for 1 month, and you'll see. The reason it works is because, like everything else in reality, it's really, really simple. You see, life here is really simple. It's the ego, that false sense of I, that false identification, this sense of this aloneness, this individuality, not understanding that it is indeed part of a greater whole that is fully accessible and always accessible. And this is what confuses things. This ego is what makes things complicated, which finds reasons why it cannot be done. I simply don't have can't or cannot in my dictionary. They don't exist for me. There is nothing I cannot do. Same as you. Exactly the same as you. Greater works than these you shall do. We are indeed creators in training. This course will help bring that to the forefront for you. So the first page of the course is very simple, and it is available for download at the under the Files section on the upper left-hand side of the group. There should also be a pinned post in there somewhere as well at the top of the page for it. I do offer, and it's at no charge, of course, some video messenger calls as well to help you through some of the processes, but that's also the point of these videos, and they should be watched. There's some additional ones via the YouTube channel, the introduction in part 1 and 2 and part 3, and this will be more of an addendum to the whole course. So you have to first accept what you truly and honestly are underneath everything you think you are, okay? And that is indicated on page 1. You are a powerful spiritual being having a human experience. You are not a human trying to get back to God. You are not a being with a lost soul struggling to get somewhere. That which you are is honestly as expansive as the entire universe, and it's concentrated, is still much larger than your body, much larger than this planet, on manifesting you within itself, this concept of you, This concept of I, or you as I, that you have is based on all the experiences that you have. You are literally a living, breathing computer drive, recording all the experience, fully equipped with video cameras, ears, right? Noise detectors, motion sensors, the ability to feel things as they touch you, even the wind. You know, the movement of a single hair on the outside of the temple that you think you own is enough to send signals to your brain and alert you. It's an amazing piece of hardware. What inhabits the hardware? Nothing. We do not inhabit the temple. We are concentrated consciously here, but we do not inhabit it. That which you think you are, your name, your roles, your beliefs, the concept others have about you, the concepts that others have about you that you have bought into intentionally or unintentionally, those things are simply not you. They are a product of the mind. The main work in this course, of course, is about learning to maintain that place of stillness within. And for that, I would invite you to check out the candle meditation, and we'll talk about that more later on as well. The mind that creates all our problems in life, that ego, is not capable of creating the solution, or it wouldn't be a problem to start with. Now, that holds true most of the time. There are some dysfunctional times when the ego itself will know what it needs to do to correct the situation, but in doing so would have to give up too much of its identification with that situation and therefore will not. And in those cases, we take on those suffering roles. The victim mentality is a prime example. The martyr, another prime example. They also serve as the archetypes, the Jungian, or the Carl Jung archetypes that we also see in the human psyche that come up in our subconscious in the dream state as well. And we'll be talking about that on the weekend here. This course will not repair any symptoms of what's going on. It has nothing to do with anything that the ego would like to attach itself to. The purpose of this course is to go right for the throat, to give you an opening, to show you the spaciousness inside of yourself, for you to see that you are more than you ever thought you were, that you are not the little self, you are not that ego, and to give you a path forward out of that. The path you choose and the path that you will grow into your own practice will become your own. You will allow it to change and metamorphose and become yours. But for the first 30 days, try to stick to this as much as possible. The ultimate purpose is to heal what is not actually damaged once and for all. So that instead of you riding the waves of life, having moments of happiness and moments of sadness and an uncontrolled mind that literally leads you around, you start to become a conscious creator again. You see, you've been unconsciously creating all of your life. Everything you see is a monument and an edifice to your old thoughts, your old ways of speaking, your old ways of acting. No matter how bad it may look to you right now, none of it really matters, because today, starting right now, you have the opportunity to change the way you think, to change the way you speak, and to change the way you act. And these changes will come naturally, all by themselves on their own accord. The agreements, and on the second page, the second page is essentially all agreements, and these agreements are really important. The reason they are is, as I've said before in the talk about the brain, okay, what's happened is we have all these pathways through the jungle, and they're well worn. We've gone through there and macheted them out time and time again. We tromp down them on a daily basis. Those are all those recurring programs, all those unconscious recurring tapes in our head. We keep going down that same path. We fall in the tiger trap at the end of the trail every time. And we're always looking to blame someone else or something else for the fact that we keep falling in the tiger trap. And we get out, and then we go down another well-worn path, and we fall into the elephant trap this time. And we do the same thing. We blame our exterior circumstances. We blame what someone else has done. We blame anything except simply taking the responsibility without blame for what we've done, and choose consciously to start hacking a new trail. And this is what the agreements do. We're hacking new trails into the brain. We're hacking out new destinations. We're making new pathways. Over time, those well-worn pathways, those unconscious tapes, they'll begin to fade as they grow over. They'll begin to disappear from misuse, simply through you being aware that they're there and no longer buying into them. Agreement number 1. I am a powerful spiritual being having a human experience, and I came into this world equipped with everything I need. From the moment you popped out of your mother's womb, or C-section, or test tube, if there's any of those. Myself, I was hatched, full size. It was tough. Stuck in an egg. Really rough place to start life. You came in with everything. There's nothing that you needed to acquire or needed to learn. You simply came here to experience. Yours is a journey of love, as is all our journeys. The Creator looking back on itself in infinite expression. Number 2, what I perceive as problems have no existence as problems except in my mind. You know, if you're a bird sitting on a branch and you need food, you just go get it. You don't sit there and create a problem of not having food and all the mind energy and wasted thoughts and lack of focus all over the perceived problem of where you're going to get food. Profound difference. You know, I was talking to my wife today, as a matter of fact. We were out walking, and I said, you know, the body has, we were talking about grace, because my wife thought she was really graceful, and then she met me. And she says, well, you move like a cat. You never fall down. Where does it come from? It doesn't come from the mind. The body's intelligence has a natural grace. It has a natural way of being. And when you get your mind out of the way, that happens unimpaired. It's the same way with life. Those things we perceive as problems are doorways, detours, opportunities, all based on our perception. Number 3, everything I experience is based upon my own interpretation of reality as I see it. My own judgments create my existence and how I feel about my existence. This is the point we're going to end today. We're going to pick up again tomorrow and carry on number 4 of the agreements. But I want you now to go back and watch the thoughts and perceptions video again. Take a good look at that video. Watch it maybe once or twice and really understand that the way we perceive reality is based on our thoughts and what we feel about our thoughts, consciously or unconsciously. Namaste to you all, and much love, and as always, we'll talk again soon.